Evening folks, this is BestInSlot, and today we are going to start filling in Panna Ghar, our brand new rainforest house, with some rainforest and some animals and stuff like that. Now today we're going to work on the Nile monitor exhibit, but before we can do that we needed to do some indoor terrain work. If you heard yesterday's video you'll see what my plans were for this exhibit. We're going to talk about those as we go through. It's just a little 4-minute time lapse here, and then we're going to get into the proper video. So here we go. Just adding some path in. Really, basically, I had some big plans for this area, and if I didn't put the path down and I didn't put the terrain down, as we'll see in a minute, I think it would have been impossible to kind of add it in later. I think it's something that had to go in early on. So the plan is, of course, at the back to have this lemur / gharial exhibit. We're going to see that come together. For now, it looks a little bit weird. It's going to look a little bit weird for quite a while. And the idea is to have a rainforest right at the top there. That's not going to be an exhibit or accessible. It's just going to be this like lush rainforest, and that's where the waterfall is going to spill down from over the top of the lemur exhibit and down into the gharial exhibit. That's the plan. It's funny, I had a lot of comments yesterday about the building. Very nice comments, I really appreciate that. But a lot of the comments were saying, that is one huge building, etc, etc. And you know what, guys? It's not big enough. As it turns out, it's nowhere near big enough. What I'm trying to do here is put in the lemur walkway. This needs pushing out, but again, we'll do this when we come to the lemur exhibit. I really just wanted the basic shapes in, so that when we get to those exhibits down the line, we do have the ability to make them, and we don't have to like ruin other exhibits and change things around too much. So the basic layout for the 4 exhibits are all going to be there. That's the Nile monitor, the gharial, the lemur, and the terrarium, which is in a pretty cool spot, as you'll see in a bit. Now, so I thought to put the back in first, put in the little ramp up there. So you're going to walk up the ramp, you're going to go over the little bridge, because I thought that was cool, just to go over ground. I'm going to put the lemurs, let them over there as well, and then you walk back down. And just a little bit of time here, just trying to connect all these paths together, because this was my problem. The paths are quite thick by default. This is the thinnest path, but it is still quite thick by default. It takes up a lot of room. That was really my issue. That's really why this place had a lack of space, unfortunately. That little path on the left that we're just working on there comes and wraps around. Got rid of that. The idea with that is that first path is the one that you view the gharial exhibit from, where you see the underwater viewing area. And then if you want to see above the exhibit, you can either go towards the lemur exhibit, or you can take that little shorter staircase just to the second staircase on the right, the one in the middle. You take that one up and you'll be able to look over into the gharial exhibit, and that's about where the fence will be. Now, I don't know what I was doing here. Probably looking at things and trying to plan things out. Of course, that cliff in the back is not nearly fixed. Not nearly finished. Now, the plan, because there is no room, is to do, and because it's kind of cool, apologies as I die, is to do the terrarium exhibits, all the terrarium animals, the spiders, the tarantulas, the anacondas, blah blah blah. I don't know if we're going to do absolutely all of them, but a decent amount. They're all going to be underground, because I think that's cool. And they kind of suit it, right? Those kind of animals very much suit that underground environment. So they're all going to be hidden under the earth and really dark and kind of spooky a little bit. Like I said, we're going to put some stalagmites and stalactites down there, maybe some dripping water and little pools and stuff like that, to make it feel like an old cave, basically, an old like rainforest cave. We'll have little trees popping up and stuff like that. It's going to be really, really cool. Got a little bit of water in the middle. I could not get this how I wanted. I had a little bit of a problem, and you'll see this mainly in the rest of this video as we build the Nile monitor exhibit, which is a super simple exhibit, which still somehow took me 2 hours. There's a little patch over there which I think was initially caused by my cave building, but either way it's made this little area of land above there that is basically impossible to work with. I call it the pit. The pit is a pain in the ass, but we'll get to that a little later on. But it was causing me problems already with that central water bit. So that's the plan with the terrariums. That's going to be much longer. We're going to dig into there. But again, I wanted to do that in the terrarium video. The point was just to get the basic layout in, so I know it will work down the line. I don't want to have any bad surprises. Just going to push in all the dirt back into the building. I think I've got a cold. I think I know who to blame for that. Yeah, push all the dirt back in. And there it is, chicken in a bag. That's how we'll call it very soon as well. And I think that is near enough it, folks, yes. So, we've got this big block at the back. I know that's huge, but that's necessary because the lemur exhibit is going to take up a lot of that. We're going to dig into that to make sure the lemurs have plenty of space. We've got a cut through there where you're going to be able to walk through with the lemurs. It's going to be a walkthrough exhibit. About halfway, just over halfway down onto this right side, there's going to be a waterfall going down. And then that's going to lead into the gharial pool. And that's about it. So for the rest of this video, we're going to work on the Nile monitor exhibit. Enjoy. Here we go then, folks. Time for the very first exhibit inside Panna Ghar, the first of 4. I haven't actually done the voiceover for the time-lapse yet, so I'm not sure what I've said, but just for a quick recap, we're going to start today with the Nile monitor. That's going to sit over here above ground, I've decided. I kind of went back and forth, but it's going to sit here on the left, curving around this corner. Underground, in this little area over here, we're going to do our terrarium animals. Over here, we're going to have the gharial pool with underwater viewing. About 1 billion people have asked me to do it. We're going to include that there. And up here is going to be our lemur habitat. Now, this is going to be extended. This is obviously too small. But this is going to be our lemurs. There is a little bit of an issue just over there. Let's just fix that up nice and quick like that. Lovely stuff. So we're just going to tackle these as we come to them. So we're just focusing on the Nile for now. So we're going to start over here. I'm a little apprehensive, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of work that's gone into this building already, so the idea of screwing up the inside is kind of scary. But I think if I can get this right, it's going to look really cool. As you walk in, it's just rainforest everywhere, waterfall there, there's going to be trees up there at the top. It's going to be really cool. But we have to do it first. Quick thing, can animals walk through construction? If I put a null barrier there, is that going to work? I kind of want to test this out. Let's go do a little experiment. I actually don't know the answer to that question. I really don't. What we need is a wall out of wood. Well, that'll do, I don't care. I just want to find an animal. This is very mean, but yeah. Can they leave, is the question. Now, the null barrier doesn't matter. The null barrier doesn't stop an animal doing something. All the null barrier does is tell the game that there's an exhibit there, basically. If this works, then we can use the side of the building where we're building the Nile monitor, basically as a barrier in and of itself. We'll probably put something down there anyway, so it looks more like it's fenced off and not just against the wall. It does seem to work, doesn't it? What I should do is try to block an animal that's already moving. My giraffe is pregnant, like always. Anyone want to help me out here? No. Okay, that's... Now, see, you just walked through it. But you were already very much on the move. Oh yeah, put some skills down. Okay, they seem to avoid it. I think if they're already sprinting forward, and they haven't left. I'm going to say that this works. I wasn't 100% sure. There was no way of knowing for sure. Let's assume it works. Also, how good does that building look like? I love that you can see it from over here. I really like that. When this is dense and full of rainforest, that's going to be very cool. I feel like we maybe need some... It's actually, this is funny, it's actually smaller than it has to be. It's a massive building, it is humongous, but it's actually too small. I'd love it to be about a third bigger than it is. That would have really, really helped me out as it happens. But alas. So we're actually going to do what is a fairly simple exhibit. I really wanted one of these exhibits to be fairly basic. What the hell is that noise? I have no idea. I wanted one of these exhibits to be fairly basic, and the Nile monitor is the one that kind of makes sense for that, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to build a fairly classic looking Nile monitor exhibit. I'm going to attach on at the end, and that is the habitat. Done. Simple. I know it's not huge. We're only going to put 2 Nile monitors in here. I've got another baby here. What is going on? My hippos are breeding like crazy. Although she is gold. She must have good... Yeah, she's got 6... Well, good stats on her. Here's my new baby. And there's my new baby.
Don't we have another baby? Don't we have 5 hippos now? Right, so we need a staff gate on here. Now, I have no room for staff entrances and stuff like that. It's never going to happen in this zoo, unfortunately. So I'm going to stick that there. Another pregnant animal. And we're going to get them delivered, and then we'll do some stuff. So, animal trading, I did go ahead and buy, in preparation, 2 Nile monitors. We have, and they're both silver, gold even. We have Jamal with 100% fertility. Jamal is a beast. And we also have Ada, who has 100% fertility and is a beast. Let's get them in there, and we'll make this into a cool exhibit. So I want to keep these panels here as wood. Now, you can see into there for here, but we're going to shorten this down quite a lot. And I think it's just nice having a nice mixture of materials. That one's going to stay like that. That one's going to change, though. Both of these are going to change back into a wood. Curvy wood, what I like to see. Like I said, keeping things nice. It's nice to actually, it sounds weird, to do an exhibit where I can do the whole exhibit in a video, basically. Because I did some prep work and I've kind of set this whole area up. Obviously, it's going to need some boards. It's going to need donation boxes. We're going to need loads of plants around here. The entire building needs tons of work. But the actual exhibit itself is very, very simple stuff. And that's a nice change of pace at the moment. It really is. And hopefully people aren't too disappointed. Now, let's make this a bit smaller. It's a Nile monitor. What's the chance? The Nile monitor's not going to jump out, right? It's not a bloody springbok. Did I fix that springbok? I don't think I fixed that springbok. I might have to go back and change things up a little bit. I'm thinking like that, though. It doesn't... That's absolutely fine. And we might keep that as glass. Let's see what's going on. Can we bring that terrain all the way to the edge? That's the question. We cannot. That's fine. It's got a little dip. I love a little dip. It's made for dips, baby. I'm Dip Man, they call me. They don't. That'd be weird. What was I doing? Yes, the spring. No, the Gemsbok. That's what I'm on about. They haven't escaped in a while. We actually have a baby Gemsbok. I'll show you the baby. Where's the baby? There's the baby. Where's the baby? Look at it. It's going to jump. It's going to do a jump. It's going to do a... Oh, no, it's drinking. And revealing itself to the world at the same time. That's a skill that not many people have mastered. I'm just going to pause this for a sec because I'm a little worried about my Nile monsters. Did I fix this? Does that look fixed? That doesn't look fixed, does it? There is a thing you can do, as people keep pointing out. I'm curious about this, actually. Negative impact on guests. That's avoiding the guests pretty effectively, I would say. Whereas I've actually never clicked it before. Habitat? Walkable escape point, climbable escape point, jumpable escape point. Well, there aren't any. So, maybe I did fix it. Are there any anywhere in the park? No, it's looking good, right? Okay. I've given up on the pit. The pit is hell. I cannot do anything about the pit. It's just there now. It's part of our lives. I was thinking... I think this is a bit too much water. If I can bring this in, tighten this up a little bit, especially over there... I really like the idea of having a little bit over here where they walk in, where the keepers walk in, and then having the rock bridge right here onto the rest of the exhibit kind of thing. So they cross over and then they walk over here, and then maybe have another one over here to cross over to this bit. If that's going to work, we do need to bring this river in. It needs to be less big. It's too big. I don't like it. So we need to do little tests and make sure it's still alive. And it is indeed. Sort of. I don't know why it's catching this bit. That's weird to me. It's more like it. Okay. Just got to get rid of these bits over here and we're looking pretty good. Okay. There we go. That's not bad. I will take it. I'll even fill in the pit a little bit. I hate the pit, but... The pit is part of our lives now. There we go. Right. Jesus. Okay, so what do we need in terms of materials? Tell you what, we're going to put the rocks in first. Just the 2 of them. Just because I think they're important. Yeah, my K key and my J key are a little bit stuck for some reason. So, yeah, that happens a lot. Tropical rock. We need, like, cladding. Not cladding. We need, like... Oh, I was hoping for longer ones. I wanted to make, like, a little... What are you doing? No angle snap on this, you cheeky little so-and-so. I just want to do like a long bridge, maybe like this. And then put another one on top. Different one. Better one. Oh. Raise that up a little bit, maybe. Will that work? There's only one way to find out. Let's assume it's going to work. Something like that. Just a little cheeky little rock bridge. I'm going to angle it a little bit just so it looks a little bit less formal. That's right, formal. Like it's off to a fancy dinner with all the other rocks. I don't know what rocks speak about at these fancy dinners. I don't want to know. Society that I'm not a part of. I tried to be, but they wouldn't let me in. So they can start over here, you know, grab some, maybe it's food over here, and then they have to cross over here, and then cross over here in order to get, like, their enrichment item or something like that. So it kind of makes them walk around the exhibit a little bit, and we get these little cool rock bridges. This is what I want. Actually, what I want is deeper water here. Let's try to make that happen. We're going to kill that. We're taking a risk. We're going to push here. I want that deep, so they have to cross on the rock, basically. I want it deep, but not necessarily... Oopsie daisy. Deep, but not necessarily wide is what I'm going for. That's more like it. That's beautiful. Take it home to meet your mum, you would. Nature. So we need more rocks. Not these rubbish rocks. We need these rubbish rocks. I just wonder if that'll work. Come on, up you. It looks a bit not flat, you know? I like this one. This is the best one. Just looks like it. Look at that. That's pretty. I like that. That's very cool. I kind of want to do that over here now. Actually, what I want is like a mini rock in the middle, sustaining these two. A little babby rock. Where's the babby rock? You're not a babby rock. I really got to get better at remembering where all these rocks are. There you go. A little rock bridge. Whether they'll cross that or not is something we're going to get to in a minute, right? That's a future best-in-slot problem. We're not worried about that right now. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Can I flatten you? Nice. Let's just tidy that up a little bit there. Oh, it's messy, 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 messy. It's all a bit lineal for my liking. Let's smooth it out. Smooth it out. I'm really worried that they're going to escape. If they do, we'll just put barriers around the outside as well. That's not a big deal. We can deal with that. I'll put some logs in those corners as well. Oh, by the way, I just want to show you the outside of the exhibit. Doesn't it look like... I had two examples when I was talking about this earlier. It's either A, when you get like raw chicken and you put it in a bag to like marinate it, right? It's like that. Or, you know those plastic pots you get where you put like, you get like flubbery... I can't remember what it's called. Flubber, jelly, squishy stuff. What is it called? Urgh! Jello. It's not jello. It's not edible. It's a toy. Plastic. Bouncy. Stringy. Flubbery. What do you call it? I can't remember. Anyways, it looks like that. Are we happy? Question number one. We are indeed. We are indeed. We are indeed. Good stuff. I want to see if he crosses the bridge. That is the first question. Hey. Oh, he's on the move. He's on the move. Look at him go. Or her go. I don't know. Look at him go. Oh, what a champion. That's I'm dead happy with that. Right, awesome. Also need a keeper hut, by the way. I just realised this. I don't have a keeper anywhere near here. My nearest keeper is right over here. So I think I'm going to need to... God knows, because where do I put keepers here? Maybe just have like a little path that comes off down into the woods here. And maybe I can just... Where? I've put trees everywhere. There's nowhere for a keeper to go. Maybe I could have like a side door here. Ah, that's the play right there. Right, we're gonna have a little side door here. Oh, I didn't see this before. I want to talk about this very quickly. I'm just gonna put you in Panna Ghar. Good stuff. This here, if you go into the staff room, you can go into perks and you can set little perks, and they don't cost much, and it stops them getting overworked, or they gain happiness faster, or they do training quicker. Security staff get better. Entertainers and vendors are more appropriate, and some of them recover, you know, recover staff energy quicker. That's useful, right? £100 a year. You should stick this on all of your buildings. Seriously, I don't know why people don't. I know why I didn't, because I didn't know it existed. Basically, that's why I didn't. Let's get back to work. Right. So, food and rocks and trees. Much exciting things. Habitat. Species. Lovely. I'd like to give it a shelter. And I think if this hadn't been like this, I could have built like a little rock shelter here. But because it is like this, that's not gonna work. Let me just try something here. Let me just try pulling this up a little bit. That's not gonna. And then. It's not really working. I actually like this more though. I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit, but. Just make it more into a feature, you know, it's this weird little rocky outcrop. It doesn't have to be the pariah that I've made it out to be. I mean, it still is, and I hate it, but still. Still the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but that's okay. Oh, I hate this thing. I hate it. Whatever I do to it just turns into mess. It's really weird. I don't really see any room for a shelter, if I'm honest. Where would it go, you know? Where would it go? It wouldn't go anywhere. We can see what we can do. We're going to put a sprinkler in, though. Sprinklers are cool. I'm going to put the feeder here, so I'm going to put the sprinkler over here. It sounds mean, but I want them to walk. And we probably only need we'll get a large free tree, you guys. Okay, that's a disaster. Good stuff. It's the bloody thing! The hole! The pit! It's honestly ruining my life. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it hates me. I hate it. There we go. That's fine. I'll put something around it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Even the small shelter is much too big. We could build like a... I mean, they need shelter, right? But they don't need shelter. You know what I mean? What we could do is maybe build like a... I've got a little idea. I've got a little baby of an idea. I'm just going to pull this terrain up. No, we're not. We're going to kill the water, which is always risky. Then, can I fill that in again? What? Okay, undo. I can't put the water back if I get rid of it, so we can't do my plan there. I'm just going to do it here instead, if possible. I give up. This exhibit is mad. I thought it was going to be really easy, and it's just... Everything is a disaster. Everything is sticking together and clumping in really annoying ways. They'll be fine without a shelter. We can maybe do an overhang here. Yeah, we'll do a little overhang. That'll be cute. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. I want a wood floor. Or roof. Roof is better. Okay, let's just edit this. Show me roof! Thank you. You can just like sit in the middle of the hexagon shape. Something like that. And we'll put some logs there and cover it up. And it blends in very nicely with the building. And it is... I think it'll count as hard shelter. I don't know for sure. But I think so, and we'll make that look cooler, of course. But for now, we shall move on with our lives. As much as I'm ever capable of moving on with my life. There we go. Okay, right, so we need some plants. Of course we need some plants. I think I'm happy with it. I think we're done, you know? Or at least close to done. We need to finish the basking lamp. Other than that, I'm going to say it's good. We also need to do the area around it and donation boxes, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to get to that. I can't believe this has taken me nearly an hour. That's insanity. Right, so let's do this bit. We need logs. That's what we need. We need logs. Everyone needs a good log. Logs make the world go round. Log. Now, I want a log over here. Because that will at least partially blend with the building outside, and it'll hide my shame. Okay. This is one of the only times I will care enough to go for the small log. just because I do need to make sure I'm not sinking too far into the ground. Usually not really a concern. I'm usually not building massive underground pits full of spiders and such. But today I am, so... yeah, that looks fine. I'm hunky-dory with that. Let's move this bad boy over here and do the same on this side. Hide my shame. I think a couple... I mean, at the end of the day, you're never really going to see the outside of the building just because they are going to be... it's going to be covered in rainforest, so it's not a big deal, but... I think it just helps tie it all together a little bit more as well. That's important. Alright, good stuff. Do I want logs under this, or do we want something a little bit more stylish? We want logs! We always want logs. Logs are the way forward in life. Never forget that. What we could do is actually just do 2 and then put them together. That might be a better idea. Get my rotate on. I could just hit X, but for some reason it's not working. Every now and again, it does this little bug where X is meant to swap between these two, and it just stops doing it for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Have I got caps lock on or something? Numlock? Nope, got nothing on. Got nothing on. Sorry. Right. Get that bad boy into the corner. Not exactly into the corner, that's good. And then sink you down. And then grab you. Control X. Pull you up. We'll put something in that corner as well. Like a little... I'm just gonna have it come a little bit higher, I think. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, that's already better. That's way better. Now we can be a little cheeky here. We can make this bad boy log over here, Mr. Bad Boy. He can be both at once, I hope. As in, he can be the corner of the exhibit that sustains the exhibit, and he can hide the fence. It needs to come to the left and this way a little bit more. Hopefully that's going to be okay. So let's do that. Grab these. It's annoying because he's a smaller log and I couldn't be bothered getting a new one. That's fine. That's okay. We can deal with that. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. We should have some vines. That's what we need. We need vines. Hanging down. Because this is very... No, I know. Oh, we need... I've got ideas. Where's that wood bit? I need that wood bit. You know that wood bit? It's near the bottom, I think. That wood bit. Come here. That's the wood. Like rope or anything. So where's all my sound just disappeared to? Rope will save the day. 2 meters, how long's that? Yeah, that should be okay. Let's see what we can do with the rope. I just think wood's gonna look strange. Oh, this is really hard to do sometimes. I mean, I'm dealing in a very, very small area. Nearly. Very nearly. I have no idea where my sound just stopped. I've got music, but like the effects noises, like the water, just disappeared. Very odd. Is that showing above? A little bit. I can cover that with something though. All right, cool. Let's have a cheeky little look at nighttime. See what that's going to look like. Oh yeah, you have to play, don't you? It's definitely not as intense as I would have liked. I'm not gonna lie. If we make it yellow, will it look more intense? It's nice, but it's not what I want. I want like something fairly extreme. You know what we can do? We can be super cheeky. And what we can do is we can get another light, like a more intense light, and hide it inside that. If we can find like a small intense light, we can hide it inside that one. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. It's just, it's not enough. I want like a bam. And this is huge. If any of them not huge is the question. Actually, what if I just duplicate this on the spot? What if I X and then tick? And then X and tick again. Hey, there we go. Hey, look at that. That's more like it. I want another one. This is cheeky, this. This is a cheeky little method here. There you go. That is much, much more like what I had in mind. I really need to go do some lighting, actually. My entire African adventure area is just not lit at all. There's nothing there concerning the lighting. You've still not had a vet. Do I have to get rid of the other guy? I don't really want to do it. How old are you? Yeah, okay. You know what, buddy? You've had a long and successful life. I'm going to move you out. Am I just honestly meant to fill this exhibit with females? And just have one very lucky dude? Right, okay, so we need some stuff. We're not quite done. Although we are very nearly there. Even the simple exhibits take 10,000 years to build. Right, okay. Let's get that nice and straight. Yep, that'll do. Stick that there. I want another one. Probably want one up here as well. It's a little bit far away, but that's okay. That's okay. Don't need to worry about that. Not a problem. Rotate that bad boy. Sing that bad boy up and down and around. And I don't really want to block the view per se, so we're going to put it a bit to the side. And we'll have one more over here. On the... I kind of don't want them to really walk towards the staff area, but they are going to walk down here. Or up there, I should say. So it's okay that it looks a little bit finicky. Let's stick that there. And are we looking? Are we looking, love? We're looking good. Let's get some educational speakers in there as well, which float all the time. I don't know why, but whenever I put down an educational speaker, they float. They're not doing it now because I've mentioned that they do it, and therefore they've decided they're not going to do it at all because they hate me. They wish to punish me. Right, let's set these to Nile monitor. Get my education on. Education is probably the hardest thing in the game to level up. You have to do this. You have to have so many animals, otherwise it just... Oh, you're too far away. I think that's too far away. Okay, we'll get rid of those. That's alright. There's going to be loads of trees there anyway. That's good because it means I can block that off because they can't see there. So you got that viewpoint and not this one. That's fine with me. As long as these ones work, which they seem to. Okay, and we'll boost the volume of this one as well. Yeah, education is a pain though, look at it. Conservation, really good. Everything's going pretty well. Animals need boosting a little bit more. Everything is on the way to being like a full 4-star zoo. Education is really low though. Animal could be higher. And marketing, I have 2 marketing campaigns running right now and it doesn't do a bloody thing for my marketing. It's crazy. The marketing is absolutely broken as well. There we go. Sweet. Hey, they look good. Oh, exciting. See, I knew it was floating. They always freaking float. Get down, you cheeky little so-so. Is this one I bet this one's floating as well. No, this one's cool. His friend isn't cool, but he's cool. One last thing we need is donation boxes. And then I think we're actually done. I wonder if that counts as hard shell as well. Let's have a look. Oh, we should put some bedding in there now that I think about it. Why aren't you that happy? Too many plants. 100, 100, 100, 100. Oh, that hurts my soul. I'm going to get over it. Because I'm not taking half the plants out of the exhibit. I'm just not. It's fine. It's honestly fine. And that's not how some people will play the game. That's totally okay as well. Me, I think it's worth sacrificing a little bit for the aesthetics. There we go. Beautiful. It'd be nice if they didn't need the bedding. Maybe they don't, but we'll stick it in there anyway. Because they're lizards at the end of the day, right? Or reptiles, so they need rock. You want them to bask under rock. Anyways, looking pretty good. I wouldn't mind, like, now that I've done it, I kind of wish I'd kind of brought this wall up a little bit, but I kind of want that to be the big statement terrain piece, so I'm okay with keeping this a little bit more simple. Donation boxes, that's what we need next. And the fun thing we get to do now is colour them in, and we need a new colour scheme because it's a new building, so I'm thinking like just going super green, like dark green, light green. Ah, that's stupid. I've already done green and yellow. No, we haven't. I've not done green and yellow. We do green and yellow. Green and blue? Ah, quite like that. Let's go green and blue. That's cool. I like that. Different green though. That green sucks. We get like a more intense green, but darker. Yeah, maybe same with the blue. Let's get some colour going, you know? Bing, bang, boom. So we'll put 2 of those in. So we'll stick one up there as well, just for the hell of it. We need some benches and stuff like that as well. We'll get to that in a moment. Donation box there. Donation box there. Now, I have been using New World benches. Oh, facilities. Do I want to continue to use New World? I mean, they are probably the closest I'm going to get to a Rainforest style anyway. Out of all these, right? What's that look like? No, see, we're going for wood, aren't we? And this is the same colour as the building, so that makes more sense. So we'll go with that. That's fine. Stick a couple of these in. Not over there, apparently. But that's fine. The benches don't actually do anything as far as I can tell. I don't think guests ever use them. Or at least my guests have never used a bench. But, it's there for aesthetics. And same with the bins. The bins actually are useful, though, which helps. But I have started... people have commented about this, and it's totally fair enough. There was a lack of bins. They really don't like this bit, do they? There was a lack of bins in the park. I did go and fix that. I put down a lot of bins to accommodate. However, there's really nowhere else for these ones to go. So one over there. I don't really want a bin right by the entrance. Maybe just like sneak one in there. It's cheeky. That's rubbish. Okay. Done. Basically, folks. There it is. There's our Nile monitor exhibit. Let's watch them for a little bit. Where have they gone? There they are. One's chilling, one's swimming. Who are you? Are you Ada or... Yeah, you're Ada and you are Jamal. Now, they both have 100% fertility. Okay, compare mates. Ada, Jamal. We should see some fertile babies. And they have a 100% chance of having offspring, basically, which is awesome. Bam. Beautiful. Very simple. Like, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Very simple little exhibit, but I'm going to... do a little work on the terrain around here. I really want this to be like a central... It really is meant to feel like you're walking into a rainforest. So I'm going to cover the area with trees. Your viewing areas for these animals are going to be quite low. I'm okay with that. This central area is going to be like a little pond surrounded by trees and shrubbery and blah, 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 blah. And so there's this bit here. Well, this whole bit here. It's like a little circle. And the sides as well. That side over there, for example, needs tons of trees, but we'll get there eventually. Really, I'm going to focus on this bit. The bit in front of the exhibit we just did. And that is about it for that. That will be finished at that point. It maybe needs a little bit of love somehow, but I'm generally speaking pretty happy with that as exhibits go. Next episode then, folks. Ow, I'm getting attacked by a wire. Ow, ooh, that really hurt. Next episode, we are going to work on this. This is our terrarium section, basically. Now, I'm not totally sure what species we're going to put in there. If we're going to put every terrarium species in the game in there or what. But I don't like these colours. They're too blue. The default ones are blue. We need to swap those colours around. They should look green from a distance. It's very important. Anyways, we're going to put all our terrarium animals down here. I'm thinking of really emphasising the cave-ness. You know, little pools of water. Have some like stalagmites and stalactites hanging from the roof and floor. And just sort of hide them off in corners and just try to make it a little bit spooky, basically. So you're going to walk around in a loop, hopefully. That's why I've got a path over here as well. So you can go around this side, look at them all, come back around, go in here, and then go back up. And yeah, that's going to be hard work, but it's going to be awesome when it's done. Until the next episode then, thank you very much for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.